Hi everyone, welcome to another YDF live show. My name is Stephen Aitchison, creator of YourDigitalFormula.com, a program to help you grow your audience, share your message and transform your business. So first of all, I want to start with a big, huge thank you for a number of people. So in the spirit of kind of Thanksgiving Day, this is about giving thanks to what you're grateful for. And I've got a number of people that, for particularly in business, I've got a number of people that I'm grateful for. And after that, I'm going to be speaking about money mindset, which is extremely important in business. And then we'll just ask questions as normal as you go along. If you can think of any questions about business or social media or online business or anything else, just ask as we go along. Okay, so the first person I want to, I'll give you a kind of context for this as well. When I first started Your Digital Formula back in 2014, I was doing everything myself, totally. Everything was being done by myself. The blogs, because I've got four blogs, about 5 or 6 different Facebook pages. I was doing all the product creation. I literally everything. I was building the websites and everything. And I first started thinking about hiring some people, thinking this is getting way too overwhelming. And there was just way too many jobs that I had to do. So what I did is I looked at all the kind of different income streams I had from a business, and I thought, okay, what are the most important? What can I get help with? And who am I going to hire? So the first time I put a notice out about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, is I needed somebody to manage my blog over at Change Your Thoughts today. Well, it's stephenaitchison.co.uk/blog, but I've called it Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And the first person we hired was Anna Maria Nika. Now, I know she doesn't watch the show, but I just wanted to thank Anna. She's done a brilliant job and she's still working with us at CYT Media just now, and she does a brilliant job every single week of putting the blog posts up, of getting guest bloggers, getting all them kind of organised and everything else as well. And lately, Maria's been helping getting some great guest bloggers on as well, because she's got brilliant guest bloggers over on at YDFLive. So a big thank you to Anna Maria Nika. The next person I want to thank is Anurag Singh. Anurag is our image creator. So he creates the images for the kind of this page on Your Digital Formula. And he's done that for about a year now as well. And he has been brilliant over the last year or so creating images, and he's created images for Change Your Thoughts Today. And he's done really well for himself. When I first met Anurag, I think he was earning about $8 per month. $8 per month he was earning. And he'd written to me and said, listen, I'll do your images for free for you. And he started doing these images, and I thought, oh, these are fantastic images. I said, why would you do these for free? Because he was doing it for other people as well. He said, well, just to get my kind of name known and just to kind of hone in on my craft. And he has done fantastically well since then. So I've kind of been mentoring Anurag a wee bit as well. And now from $8 a month, he's gone to about $1,000 to $1,500 a month, because he's honed in on his craft. He was really dedicated to making image quotes, to building web page or Facebook pages and kind of selling them on and stuff like that. And he's done amazingly well, but he still works with us at CYT Media and for YDF as well. So a big, huge thank you to Anurag Singh. The next person we hired was Eva Ursano, and I'm going to speak about her at Change Your Thoughts Today show. I'm going to speak about more about her. But Eva has been amazing as well. She's a pages manager for a number of our pages, and she has done just brilliant. And as I said, I'm going to speak about her in the Change Your Thoughts Today show. But a big thank you to Eva Ursano as well. The next person was Alana Hunt. She manages and creates images and does the videos for our page over at Positive Life Affirmations. And again, she's another brilliant kind of person, beautiful soul, and she's another kind of member of the YDF tribe as well. They're all members of the YDF tribe, by the way. And she has done brilliant with Positive Life Affirmations, grown it from virtually zero to about, I think we're nearly at 200,000 followers just now in Positive Life Affirmations. So she's done brilliant there. So a big thank you to Alana. Next person is Angela Bernard. Angela's was a stats kind of manager. She was looking after all the stats and everything else for everybody that was in the YDF group, and doing a bunch of other things, coaching as well, as being just a brilliant person in the group at YDF. So a big, huge thank you to Angela Bernard. The next person is Letitia Ray. She's our latest kind of person we work with just now, Letitia Ray over at Silver Linings. She has been tremendous as well. She's taken over kind of Your Digital Formula. She makes the videos. She's a social media kind of manager. She does put stuff on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. So she's doing loads of stuff in the background for us as well. And she's just another kind of beautiful heart, and she's a brilliant person as well. So a big, huge thank you to Letitia Ray as well. The next person is the operations manager. It's Maria Flynn. Maria, you know what I think about you. I know you're watching just now because you're doing the stuff in the background, but you probably no idea how much you've helped kind of YDF grow with all your ideas, all your input, all your enthusiasm, your kind of work ethic, just every single thing that you do for YDF has just been phenomenal. And there's no words to kind of express how much I don't like saying thank you. Well, I do kind of like saying thank yous, but I get kind of all emotional. But I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've been amazing, as have everybody else as well. But just a special mention to yourself. You have been fantastic. Okay, the next person is Sharon, my wife. She has put up with me for about 12 years going on, saying, I'm going to start a business. It's going to take off. It's really going to take off. And then something kind of would happen, then it would fall by the wayside again. Something would happen, it would fall by the wayside. And she stuck with me all throughout this journey to try and get a business up and running, an online business up and running. And finally, we're seeing the dividends of that kind of tenacity and kind of patience and just keeping on going kind of attitude that I had. And Sharon's been behind me every single step of the way, and she's supported me in whatever I've done. As well. So a huge shout out to my wife, whom I love dearly. And again, I wouldn't normally admit that to anybody else, but because I tell Sharon all the time, I don't need to tell anybody else, but she knows how much I love her. And the last people I want to thank is you the viewer, you the reader of the page, you kind of who's following me, who's kind of following the emails, the page, the videos and everything else. You have been absolutely amazing over the last month, 2 months, 6 months. Just everything that you've done kind of for me, you don't realise how much it kind of means to me either. So that was my big thank you for today. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate everything that you do as well. But I wanted to give out those kind of shout outs just now, just to say thank you. I don't say it often enough, and I think I should more, but people know me, and I thank them in different ways as well. I thank them in my own kind of special way, I hope. But thank you very much. Okay, let's get on with money mindset. Money mindset is really important in business, and what I see a lot of people kind of falling down on. And as I say, just ask questions as we go along here. If you've got any questions at all, just put them in and we'll get the questions here. Question, we've actually got one already. Shelley Sweeney, how to find such trustworthy people? Well, there's a wee secret to that, Shelley. When I started YourDigitalFormula.com, and we started a Facebook group, so it was only for members of Your Digital Formula. Nobody else could get in. It was only for members who had bought the program and they came in. So as members come in, you soon recognise some people that would be a really good fit for the company. And you get to know these people but through their interactions with everybody, through their interactions with you and everybody else in the group. And that's how we find people for the YDF, but for CYT Media, which is my company. The umbrella under that comes YDF and Positive Life Affirmations and a whole bunch of other programs as well. But those people, Maria, for example, Maria Flynn, she came into the group, she bought the program, came into the group and was interacting with people just as normal. And then she was starting to help people. As she was learning along the way, what Maria done is she started to help other people. And then what she started to do was get people on Skype and say, listen, if you need to jump on a quick call, just give me a Skype call and I'll be able to help you out. And I thought she wasn't looking for anything. She wasn't doing it for any kind of purpose. It was just to help people out. So I started watching her for a couple of weeks. Not stalking, kind of watching, just watching, seeing how she was interacting. Excuse me. Seeing how she was interacting with everybody. And then I thought she would be a great kind of fit for the team, because I was looking for a kind of manager as well, to manage kind of staff and everything else, be the operations manager. Although the role wasn't defined, we kind of made it along the way as we went along. And so that's how I managed to find people, just like that, just by watching people interact with each other. And they've all come from people who have bought the YDF program. And that way I can see how they operate, how they deal with things under stress. So it's actually a really sneaky system. I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't think, okay, I'm going to recruit people from YDF, because I don't like to see them as employees either. I like to see these are people working with me, because what I like to do as well is develop the people so they can learn from me, and I'm going to be learning from them as well as them helping me. But I'd like to develop them so they can go on and do their own thing as well, bring out products, start collaborating with other people as well, and start doing that. And that's one of my kind of core things I like to do with people that start working with me as well. So they're not tied to IDF, they're not tied to CYT Media. They're actually learning. It's a learning opportunity for them. It's also a learning opportunity for me as well. But as they're learning, they're growing as business owners as well. And they're obviously getting more kind of education, they're getting a wee bit more knowledge to see how I do things. And then they can go away and do their own thing as well if they want, as well as working with me, but they can still do their own thing as well, because they're growing all the time in their business. So that's how I like to operate. And so far, nobody's left. Nobody's left yet, which is a good thing for me, because I've got some brilliant people. Well, they're all brilliant people that I'm surrounded with. Excuse me. So I hope that helps, Shelley. Okay, I'm going to say with money mindset, yeah, this is really important. Money mindset, sorry, I've still got this. I don't know what the hell's going on. I need to look after my health more. Okay, yeah, with money mindset, most people think when they come into business, when they're first starting an online business, they've got something, they feel guilty about making money from helping other people, which is a big thing we need to overcome, because you've got to realize as a kind of product creator, as a business owner, that your knowledge could potentially change somebody's life. And I mean potentially because obviously the knowledge that you're giving out and the format that you're giving it out in as well has to be a great format. They have to be able to learn from it, and it has to be actionable. So that means by being actionable, it means they can use the knowledge that you've given them, take away, apply it to their own lives and change their lives in some way. Now, what most people do is they think, okay, I'll give away my stuff for free to start with, and that kind of consumes your energy, giving away stuff for free. But we soon start to realize that giving away stuff for free is not, is not valued. Free stuff, giving away free stuff is not valued at all. There's no value in free. People might read it and say, oh, that was great, but they don't take action on it. It's only when somebody pays a certain price for something that they think, okay, I've invested in this, I'm going to take action on it. I want to listen to what the person has to say. I want to take the action steps that they tell me to take, or I want to do something to change my life in some way. And that's when it becomes valuable for them. Blog posts, etc., that's all your free stuff. You give away all your free stuff in blog posts and the Facebook Lives that you do and the videos that you make and everything else. I've given out over 2 million words free of content, of ebooks, of videos. I've given away hundreds of hours of free stuff with videos and content as well. So I don't know how much time I've spent kind of creating and giving away free stuff. That is your free stuff. That's what you're giving back to the world. But then you have to sustain yourself and your family. So you have to think about, okay, how can I package something up into a particular format to give away and sell as my knowledge and start making money for myself so I can help more people around the world. And you have to get over the fact that Yeah, you're helping people, but you can do that for free as well as charge kind of premium prices for your products as well. So you can package your knowledge into specific niches if you want and start selling that. And as long as people are going to be able to change their lives from it, if they take action on what you're saying, then you shouldn't feel guilty at all about charging for products. And it's the same with the pricing of your products as well. Again, a lot of people when they're first starting, and I've coached a lot of people over the years, when they first start and they say, okay, I'll just give out my product for $27. So then I asked them, okay, it depends on what niche they're in, but say it was a weight loss niche and they were going to sell something for $27. So I would ask them, okay, with your content, is it going to help them lose 20 pounds like you say it's going to do? And they say, yeah, of course, I've got an actionable steps. I've got all these steps that they're going to take and they could lose 20 pounds easily. It's going to be 20 pounds at least, 20 to 40 pounds depending on their weight, obviously, for example. I said, okay, if somebody was to come up to you and you were overweight and you know you needed to lose, say, 30 pounds, how much would you pay them? If they could guarantee you would lose 30 pounds in 30 days, for example, or 30 pounds in 60 days, if you could guarantee them, how much would somebody pay you to do that? And so they kind of thought about it and they'd say, well, maybe a couple $100. And they said they would pay maybe $500 to $1,000. And then I went back and said, well, why would you only charge $27 for potentially changing somebody's life? Because somebody can lose 30 pounds in 60 days, for example. You have changed their whole life completely. You've not only changed their life, you're going to change the complete belief system about themselves. You're going to change their confidence. You're going to change their self-esteem. And you're going to change so much more that's not actually advertised on the program itself. Because the program itself is just saying just lose weight. But we all know when we lose weight, how much better we feel about ourselves. How much more self-belief we have. How much more self-esteem we have as well. So you've got to think about that when you're pricing your products as well. If you can potentially change somebody's life, how much is that worth? And I'm not saying, okay, somebody might pay $10,000. I'm not saying charge $10,000. But don't go way, way lower and charge $27, because usually what happens when somebody sees a program that guarantees them 30 pounds of weight loss in the next 60 days, and they say, oh, that must be at least a couple $100, and they see it's $27, they discount it straight away. Psychologically, they say it's far too cheap. It can't be any good. It's far too cheap. I'm not going to buy it. And I've seen that time and time again as well. When people have kind of first came into my coaching, when I've been coaching them, they would charge something like $37. And maybe they get, I don't know, 30 or 40 sales. But then I say, okay, it's time to double your prices. So they would go up to, say, $97. And they actually get more sales at $97 than they did at $37. So as they add more modules on, say, okay, it's time to double your prices, up to $197. And again, they get more sales at $197 from $97. So that's human beings kind of looking at the psychological aspect of it. If you just look at that, they value the $197 product more than they value the $97 or the $37 product. It's just like shoes as well. I've been looking at shoes for my wife Sharon. And this is something I would normally never do. Because I wouldn't buy her shoes, because I don't know kind of exactly what style she'd like, because we know kind of women look at shoes and they get all excited and men go, what, why are you getting excited? So I was looking at shoes and they were Jimmy Choo shoes. First time I've ever done it. Sharon would never buy Jimmy Choo shoes because she just thinks they're way too expensive for what they are, the shoes at the end of the day. But I can understand some people obviously put a value in that. But at the end of the day, it's a shoe. It's a well-made shoe. But it's a shoe at the end of the day, and they charge a premium for it because of the name, Jimmy Choo. So there's thousands, millions of people buy Jimmy Choo shoes around the world at premium prices from $500 up to $6,000 for a pair of shoes. And that's because of the name, and obviously they're well-made. They're well-made, but any well-made shoe, to me, in my eyes, is not worth $500 or $6,000, whatever they charge for it. So I was looking at these shoes and they're £495. So I thought I better show them first. And it turns out she wouldn't like them anyway. She didn't like them. But that's an example of people putting a higher value on something that they perceive as higher value because it's a premium price as well. Now, if Jimmy Choo shoes kind of came out and all the shoes were £17 or £27, just like a normal kind of pair of kind of low end shoes, would they have made it as big as they have just now? No, definitely not. So you've got to think like that about your products as well. So what I would do when you're thinking about pricing your products, when you're at that stage to bring out a new product, when you're thinking about it, double it, then double it again. And that's where you start. Now it's going to be scary for you. It's going to be really scary for you, but you have to do it and stretch your money mindset. And we have somebody done a talk at YDF London, Jennifer Gresham. She talks about money mindset, and I'll put a link down below. She's got a group going just now, actually. I think it might still have spaces open. But she looks with coaches, what she did. She was telling us a story about charging kind of premium prices for coaching people. And it was kind of high-end business people. So at first, she would charge maybe $2,500 for her coaching fees, her coaching services. And then her coach told her to double the prices at $5,000. And it was a wee bit scary for her. But she done it. And she found she got more clients. So the coach, after about 6 months, said, double your prices. $10,000 for coaching. Again, she was shit scared and she's going, oh, this is... But she got more coaches. Or she got more coachees. She got more clients from it as well. So now what she's doing is she's pitching for $50,000 and $100,000 clients. Because she went up incrementally and changed her prices and subsequently changed her money mindset. And that's what we have to think about as well as business owners. Now, I'm not saying charge and double your prices all the time if your content is not good. Your content has to be actionable. It has to give the results that you promise, because it doesn't matter what you charge. People are just going to ask for a refund. Even if you charge $27 or $2,000, they're going to ask for a refund if they can't take away, and even if they've taken action and they don't get the change that you promised them. So it has to be great content, first of all, actionable content that they can use to change their lives. So I wanted to give you that today just for something to think about. I know a lot of you are not at that stage yet, but it was just to give you something to think about for the future as well. And it's all about money mindset. I'm going to see if there's any questions here. A follow-up question from Shelley Sweeney. Can you meet them personally besides internet? Shelley, you can do if you want to, if you're within the same area. But with people in the kind of YDF tribe and your digital formula group, obviously I can't go to America to meet them. So what I've did is I interviewed the likes of Maria, Eva Arsano, and kind of everybody else. So it was all done via Skype. But as I said, I watched them first, how they interacted with people, how they dealt with stress, and kind of the questions that came up and how they dealt with that as well, their sense of humour as well. Then you interview them via Skype, and then you see if they're a good fit or not. And I think because of all the watching I did beforehand to see how everybody interacted, everybody I've interviewed via Skype has always got the job because I kind of knew they were a fit beforehand. So I hope that helps, Shelley. Comment from Jock J. Davis. Give somebody something for nothing, you make them good for nothing. Oh, well said, Jock. I like that. Give somebody something for nothing, you make them good for nothing. Love that. Thank you very much. Lorraine Emmett. I definitely realise I got stuck in the free stage for far too long. My previous businesses were brick and mortar and very successful financially. I now realise I would never have dreamed of giving 100% of those services away for free, but I had a kind of mental block when I switched to online. It's true, Lorraine, and I think the reason for that is because they think if you make something online that you can give away for nothing. There's no kind of upfront cost to making that product. It could be an ebook, an MP3 or a video or something like that. Because there's no real upfront cost to doing it apart from your time, which is really valuable as well. You cannot discount your time. Then a lot of people online think, well, it's not costing me anything to distribute it. It's not costing me anything to make it. So you could give away 1 million of those and it still doesn't cost you exactly the same, which is nothing, apart from your hosting costs and stuff like that. So a lot of people get into that mindset. So you're absolutely right, and that's a good analogy with the kind of brick and mortar business. You would never expect to go into a shop and get something for free, and then maybe kind of look at an upsell or something like that. No brick and mortar business would be in business if they'd done that, and we have to think about it that way as well. So thank you for that analogy, that was brilliant. Comment from Amanda Foy. I need to put mine up. All my pages get high-end outcomes and ongoing support. And Amanda, I was looking at yours yesterday actually, because Amanda Foy, Amanda, put a link up to your page just now. She does, I don't know what you call it, Amanda, if I'm being really honest. I don't know if it's an energy kind of reading or it's a soul transition. I can't remember what you call it, but put a link up, Amanda, for me, just to let me know what you would actually call that kind of package. So, because I was really ill and I've been getting ill over the last couple of months. It's a recurring kind of infection and kind of various ailments I had. So I went to Amanda, and she does some amazing work, and with kind of energy and looking at your soul path and stuff like that as well. And it's a bit kind of esoterical, but if you're into that, it's just really, really fascinating stuff. I listened to kind of that yesterday, what Amanda did for me, and I thought that it's really, really fascinating. And I was looking at your prices as well. I thought maybe you should charge a wee bit more. So I'm glad you brought that up. I think you should, because you're potentially changing somebody's life at the same time. And also, no, I'm not going to suggest that. I'll leave that for another day, because you probably have kind of coaching. I think you've got a longer kind of 10-week coaching package as well. But yeah, definitely look at putting your prices up as well, because it is potentially life-changing. Comment from Anna Gabriela Derbez. Good morning, Stephen. Wish I could pay for coaching that much, but I'm not there yet. I thank you so much for what you do. I don't agree with that saying. Thank you very much for that, Anna. Right, you don't agree with what saying? Just let me know, just clarify that, Anna, but thank you very much for your kind words. I really appreciate it. Amanda refers to herself as an emotional strength trainer. I was trying to think of the words and I had a block. So she's an emotional strength trainer. And she doesn't charge that much for kind of packages for what she does that's potentially life-changing. She looks at your soul path and she kind of tells you all about it, and she kind of reads your energy and things like that. It's just, to me, it's truly fascinating. To other people, it might be a wee bit woo-woo, and to the other end of the spectrum, they'll just love her. And there's loads of people who love Amanda, and we love her here as well at YDF as well, and support her kind of all the way, because she's brilliant, she's funny, she's intelligent, she's smart, and she's Australian as well. Not that that's anything to do with it, but she's brilliant. You'd love Amanda if you put her. But she's going to put a link up, hopefully. Australian dollars, mate, cheap as chips. See what I mean? Just dead funny. And she's got her kind of website up there. Maria Flynn, when you invest in the things that change your life, you're more likely to experience the change you want. I think that's very, very true, Maria. And I think I've invested in a lot of programs that have really literally changed my life. When I first invested in a coach, I was looking at coaches, and I thought, okay, this was April last year, and I thought, oh, there's no way I could do that amount of money every single month. And then I thought, do you know what? I need to hire a coach. Every kind of good business person, every good person online is kind of making any sort of money. Every single one of them, without question, have hired a coach for the business. And so when I first thought about it, I've been thinking about it for about 6 months, and I thought, right, I'm going to dive in and just do it. I'm going to take the plunge, hire a coach, a lot of money, but it doubled my business income with hiring a coach that I had. And I thought it was the best investment, one of the best investments I ever made was hiring a coach. And then when you get to another level, you can then look at hiring another coach or hiring a different coach, because coaches only get you to a certain level depending on what your level you want to get to. So yeah, it is a big, you're more likely to experience a change, Maria's saying, when you invest in something that you really want. So very true. So that's my talk for today. I hope that was useful. And again, thank you to everybody that's in the YDF, I wouldn't say staff, but working with me over at YDF. And thank you to you as well on today, Thanksgiving Day. So a big, huge thank you to all the watchers, readers, listeners out there, and have a brilliant day. Namaste. Take care. Bye now.